I've been a member of St. John's since the 1980s. At the time, I didn't get to church every Sunday because I had some obligations that I had to take care of. But the day came that I could come more often. And during that period of time, the rector caught me one Sunday and said, "Would you volunteer for this committee?" You don't say no to the rector.
Yeah.
So I did. That was really the beginning of my church life at St. John's and the understanding of how a church works and what it does. We are so fortunate in this church to have so many volunteers to keep it running. We have a choir, bar none is the best in Roanoke. And we have teachers, and we have cooks in the kitchen, and we have prayer groups, and on and on and on. How lucky we are. But then we have the people who come every single day and work here. We have the custodians. We have the office staff. And if you ever come in here during lunchtime, you will see these people all working at their desks and eating lunch because they are dedicated to getting their jobs done. So, and also we have Mike Milam, the minister of music, who is working with the children and doing fabulous music for us. And we have the clergy. And you all know what they do. And they are on call 24/7. We're thankful for them. I work in the office one morning a week, and without fail, somebody comes in there to fix something. A workman, a technician, always. This is a big, old building. It has its aches and pains, just as we have. But we lovingly fix it and care for it. And so at times, I ponder, where do the funds come from to take care of all of this? It doesn't fall from heaven like manna. No, it comes from you, and it comes from me. And so, my friends, if you love this church as much as I do, let's keep it going and growing to the glory of God. Please make a commitment to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Sally. Sally's right. There's so many things here at St. John's that we have to be grateful for. And it's really easy, honestly, to kind of take that for granted at times. This past week on Wednesday, Kelly and I were literally down Mountain Avenue, a block, at Trinity Methodist Church. We were there for a tour. That church sadly closed and merged with another one. And because that happened, they have a wonderful story of resurrection going on there, in that they're turning Trinity Methodist into low-income housing just down the street. It has a ministry we support with our money here at St. John's called Restoration Housing is doing that. But as I stood in their sanctuary, which no longer is used as a sanctuary, it's big and beautiful just like this one, I found it a touching moment as I was reminded why we do what we do and not to take places like St. John's for granted. As Eric said before, we're only a generation or two from standing in an empty church, looking around and wondering, what happened? And why is this church now empty? And again, they're doing wonderful ministry down there, but it was a poignant reminder for me, and a powerful one, about why we do this. And we do. It's true. Sally's right. We do this to take care of the building, and that is just an actual part of the reality of being here and having this place. But the reason we do take care of this building, and the reason we do have this staff and all these wonderful people here, is that we can do God's work then in the world. That's why we exist. That's why St. John's exists. We don't exist here for ourselves. We exist so that we can create a place where people can be formed and learn to serve and to worship. So then we go out of this place And we really can change Roanoke, we can change the state of Virginia, we can change countries across the world. And that's what we do with our gifts. That's what we do with our stewardship. That's what we're about as a community of people. And we've seen throughout this last stewardship season, as we build up to next week, this will be here as well. And what we've been doing is asking people who've wanted to come and make commitments. You can do that here. You can do it through the QR code, however you want. And the reason we're doing this is because giving, stewardship is an act of worship. It really is. It's tied into what we believe. It's tied into who we are. As I said in my sermon, everything we have is a gift from God. Everything we do is a gift from God. Everything we're about is a gift from God. And because of that, we then give back to God so that we can continue to do the ministry and the work of St. John's as a community. And I really want you to join us in that in these weeks ahead. If you haven't already, make a commitment. Otherwise, spend your time here, your talents, however you see fit. But be a part of this place in any way that you possibly can.